Okay, so you know what word I've been hearing people use a lot? Depression. And I've found recently that I think that what is happening is that a lot of us are accustomed to like our positive emotions, like feeling happy, laughing, feeling excited, joyful. And I'm mostly speaking about adults here because once we're adults we can kind of like create our own life. Like if whatever makes us happy, we can do that all the time, so as often as we do it for ourselves. So I'm mostly talking about adults, but take it if it resonates. But so I've heard that word being used a lot, and I'm finding and I'm seeing even in myself, like I would say January was kind of a sad time for me. What's happening is that when we say we're at like our peak emotion, like we're happy, we're feeling good, we're feeling grateful, gratitude, we're expressing all of that energy, it's bouncing back to us from the universe, right? And then something happens and it kind of throws us off a little bit, makes us a little wobbly. Maybe you have a deadline that you need to reach and it makes you stressed out, and then on top of that, maybe a family member wants to talk to you about something and you guys need to work something out that makes you sad. Maybe somebody else, you have a friend going through something and they want to lean on you and their situation's making you sad. Those things combined, and even just one of those things, it whatever you have like lined up for your frequency to add up to be your happiness, your joy, all of that, it starts to kind of like eat away at it and bring it down to a different frequency, right? So instead of us just being like, wow, I'm sad, let me look into that, I feel like a lot of us immediately want to be like, I'm depressed, because we're not happy. And I believe that if you are telling people that you're depressed, and if you're telling yourself that you're depressed and you're feeling like you're depressed inside, then I feel like you could go down that road. But I think immediately when you're feeling sad or something, or sorrowful, or regretful or something, that doesn't mean that you're depressed. I think it means that there's things inside of you that, like, shadow work that could be done. Like there's some different energies. Combi, my cat, is playing. There's some different energies that aren't the highest vibration and like around you that need to be looked at and worked on, and mostly within yourself too. Like I know the things that I mentioned are like external things, but you are a part of those external things. So it's usually stuff that needs to be looked in within yourself. So some things that help me when I'm feeling sad is I'm not a therapist, so like if you do feel like you're depressed and you want to talk to someone, it would be good to talk to a therapist. Although, and depressed and suicidal too, like, because I will say that I have experienced being suicidal before, but I think that mentally I'm too strong to do something like that. But the thoughts, because when I was younger it was something that I would think about, the thoughts have come to my mind at times when I was really, really sad, and no therapist helped me out of that. I actually helped myself out of that, and my loved ones helped me out of that. So I mean, but do what's best for you. So some things that help me when I'm feeling sad is journaling, dancing, singing, moving my body, exercising, running, going outside to take a walk, anything that involves nature, right? Because nature is naturally a healing energy. Mother Earth, she is our mother. Mothers are nurturers, they're healers. They usually have all the medicine that you need, and that is what Mother Earth is like for me whenever I don't feel great. Painting, if you're artistic, drawing, talking it out, making a video about it, crying, of course. Like, don't ever feel like because you cry that you're weak. You probably don't feel that way, but growing up, some people in my family told me that their parents made them feel that way, so I was just like, okay. I never felt weak when I cried. I mean, well, maybe like my college years I did, but anyway, until I started having conversations about it and I realized I used to be a crybaby when I was a child. Um, but people always like got on me about it, like, oh, Bree's crying again. So then I stopped crying, and now I don't know, now I think I'm kind of in the middle. Like, if I need to cry, I'll cry at home, you know. But another thing, so you know how I mentioned the friend who might be going through something and you want to be there for them. Well, when you're feeling sad, you have to be there for yourself too, as if you are that friend, you know. Like, don't treat yourself poorly, don't say bad negative things to yourself, don't, because honestly you probably wouldn't allow someone to treat you like that externally. So don't treat yourself like that internally. Talk to yourself kindly, sweetly, treat yourself well, bake yourself some cookies, do some things that will make you want to get out of bed. Take yourself out on dates, take yourself out to the beach, to nature, to a park, to walk. That brings me to another thing. I'm all over the place with this, guys, so I just want to help, like, but it's really not organized. But another thing, watch what you intake in your body, okay? So I'm gonna start with, like, okay, obviously, like, healthy foods, greens, veggies, fruits, anything that has a vibration, those are the best things to be eating, you know, to get your body and your energy on a higher frequency. But of course, do what you want. I love sugar. I know a lot of people cut sugar out of their diets. My boyfriend does. Well, he's doing it right now and he's doing so good. But I love sugar, like sweets, anything. So but when my body tells me that it wants something, I give it to it. Like last week, my body was craving salad and shrimp, so I had a lot of shrimp salad, and it was delicious. And I ate it. I bought so much salad, and I ate it all in 1 week because that was what my body wanted that week. So listen to your body. Another thing. Now we're off of food, right? Another thing, drinks, all that, you know how it goes. Water, drink lots of water, of course, because it helps you. You know, our bodies are, is it like 90% water or something like that? So naturally, like, that is what you would want to be putting into your body too. Hydration, moisturization, all of that, health, all of that. But another thing is freaking alcohol, THC. All right. So for alcohol, anything you do at leisure is fine, right? Be careful of addiction. Anything that you're addicted to. I don't care if it's coffee, you guys. I know everybody loves coffee and everybody loves a glass of wine. But anything that you're addicted to is not good for you. It's not good for your health, and it's not good for you on a spiritual level. Because you need, on a spiritual level, you want to be free. You want to be able to do anything, to move any direction, able to shift your frequency or energy whenever you feel necessary. When you're addicted to something, you can't really do that because that addiction is going to be like at the top of your priorities all the time, right? So be careful of that, you know. But okay, so THC, I think that if you are gonna indulge in that or anything like that, I think that you should grow it yourself, because you're not really sure where you know, it's coming from, how it's been prepared, and what the intentions were when it was prepared. So you want to be careful with stuff like that, putting it into your body. But specifically with THC, because it already takes you into the astral level. Like, it's already shifting your frequency. It's already going to bring certain thoughts and things into your mind. So you want to make sure that the way that it's being prepared, you're fully aware of how it's being prepared, who's preparing it, what are they like, do you match this person's frequency, and most likely you're gonna want to do it yourself, you know. Yeah, and don't abuse it, because anything, I'm a believer of like manifestation and mirroring energy. So anything that you are abusing is likely going to abuse you back. So people are like overindulging in alcohol, you know, THC, stuff like that, and then they find themselves addicted and they're like, how did I get here? but you got there because you were abusing it by using it like too much, you know. I do believe that THC could have healing powers and things like that, but I think that it needs to be in moderation. But, you know, to each his own, whatever. Okay, so that's how I feel about that. I do think that if you're depressed or feeling sad, you probably want to cut those things out at that time, like drinking or anything like that, because I think that those things do not help at all. Yeah, no. I think whenever your energy feels unbalanced, the best way to bring it back into balance is to remove all of those, anything that's gonna like alter your chemistry. Because in order to be in alignment with your soul's path and your highest good and all of that, you gotta be as close to your own vibration and your own frequency, your natural frequency, as possible. Now I have some crystals too that will help with healing. This one is good for like if you've just had a baby or something, but this is Celestine or Celestine, and it helps you connect the upper 3 chakras, the throat, third eye, and crown, with the angel levels up here, and it just helps you. It also helps you to remain in a state of calmness. And if you're around people that are anxious, or they're sad or depressed, or they're feeling negative in some way, this crystal is gonna help keep you balanced with your own frequency. So this one is a good one to keep around at all times. You can sleep with it, keep it in the house, carry it with you. If you're like traveling, bring it with you, things like that. Then you have some smoky quartz. This crystal is good for collecting negative energy and transforming it into positive energy. So 1212 on the timer there. So if you're feeling depressed or sad, this is a good crystal to have around, because it's going to take that sadness and flip it on its head and turn that frown upside down, right? Then you have amethyst. Amethyst is always, I have another one too. It comes in dark, light colors. Amethyst is always a good crystal to have when you're doing healing work, because amethyst is such a healing crystal. I also have it in earring form. And another great thing about amethyst is that it doesn't need to be cleaned. It's actually a great crystal to have if you do collect crystals, because it can cleanse your other crystals. So the perfect kind of amethyst for that would be like an amethyst tray, or like, you know, the huge pieces of amethyst that people get that are kind of bowls. Those, because you can put other crystals inside of them and it cleanses the crystal. So amethyst is also a great crystal to have if you're feeling sad. It's going to help you just start to heal that energy, start to like move your energy. I personally believe, and I don't know if this is known about amethyst, but I personally believe that it helps you start to like move the energy in your body. So like with exercise and getting outside and like because I think that it helps you to shift things. And then lastly, we have citrine. Citrine is like amethyst to me. It's just gonna be a great energy at like, a great crystal at, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, this is not the word, but like magnifying positive energy is what I want to say. Okay, kind of like quartz. These crystals do have other properties, but I promise you, and other like traits and characteristics and things that they do, but I promise you that they're going to help you heal. Okay, if you're feeling sad or down, these crystals are going to help you heal. So that's what I have today about sadness. All right, let's get a good thumbnail. All right, so that another thing, there's something called a feelings wheel, and this goes back into the point that I was bringing up in the beginning of the video about not saying that you're depressed, because you likely are not depressed. A feelings wheel you can find online. Just search feelings wheel, WHEEL, and you can pull up feelings, a feelings wheel. And what it does is it breaks down like broader emotions like sadness, happy, excited. It breaks those things down into smaller categories, different emotions, so that you can see what you're truly feeling. Like, for example, if you're feeling excited, that may break down into anxiousness, and then that might break down into something else. It's like that. Just look it up, and I think you would enjoy it if you're someone who kind of just puts a broad term around your emotions, because it's going to help break it down for you, and it's going to help you get down to the bottom of what you're truly feeling, which will help you understand why you're truly feeling certain ways. And again, back to my point, I think that when you're feeling quote unquote depressed or sadness, it's most likely that there's shadow work that could be done, and there's healing that needs to take place, and we are in charge of that for ourselves. So I encourage you to do that work, and I know that you'll feel happier than ever. And in fact, in this timeline that I'm on, you already are happier than ever. So I'm wishing you guys the best. I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I know that it wasn't organized, it was kind of all over the place, but if you have any questions, I'll make another video on this and we can talk more. So I'm sending you so much love and big hugs and big kisses, and I'll see you guys next time, likely for a collective love reading.